So before we get into like the depressing, like not so happy stuff of today, I have some a little bit of exciting news just so that this isn't a completely negative video. And that's that I have a new kitty. Um or somewhat, my it was my parents' old cat and they're moving, so they couldn't keep him, but I got a new cat named Dusty. He's currently hiding under my bed. Um I did record his and Bandit's very first meeting, and I'll show you guys that tomorrow. But Bandit has now gone outside and refused to come in. Dusty is hiding under the bed and refuses to come out. So it's gonna be a fun few days. But I'm so looking forward to that. But eventually they'll get used to each other. So you guys will meet Dusty tomorrow. So that's something to look forward to. But today is more of a venti kind of day. And if you guys don't just like want to hear me complain about stuff, I'm gonna try not to just complain. But it's perfectly acceptable. I'm trying to teach myself not to keep things inside, like bottled up, because I've done that for a long portion of my life, and just recently with me starting to do the vlogs, I've had an outlet to just kind of talk about stuff. And whenever something's on my mind or something's bothering me, I have somewhere to go just to yell and cry or do whatever I want. And there's at least a few people who will listen. So I guess that's basically what I'm going to be doing today, because I know I never really went into that much of detail of why Bree and I decided not to be together. And I did promise her that I wouldn't talk about those reasons. And I'm going to try not to. And I'm going to ask her, like, after I record this, I'm going to ask her, like, not to watch this video. Because as weird as it sounds, I don't want her knowing, like, what I'm feeling right now. As counterproductive as that may seem, and usually that's, like, not a good way to go. I just don't want to cause any more problems or any more or stress or anything between us at the moment. And she has her own problems in life to deal with. So I don't want her having to deal with mine as well. So for me, it's best that for now, she just assumes I'm happy. Which don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but the past few days I've just kind of been feeling more and more like every day it gets worse. Like stressed and depressed, which is weird because usually as time goes by it would get better, and this time it's like just getting worse. When I first found out that Bree wanted to wait on a relationship, and which inevitably turned into just wanting to be friends, at least for now, I assume. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or if it'll change in the future. I felt like physically sick. Like I felt like I just wanted to go throw up, and that was a first from my memory. I don't remember feeling that way before. Like realizing you're losing someone and just you feel like you're just shit. Basically you feel like shit. But that eventually subsided. Like once I got some sleep and everything, and I've been trying to like keep a positive mindset. But it's just been getting worse, like, as time goes by, because, I feel really, really bad for saying this, and for thinking this way, because I know it's not fair, but, I almost, like, feel mad about the situation, which is just, it's not right, because, that's the entire reason we waited till we met in person, was so we could decide this, and, well, I think that the obvious, a pretty normal reaction like a situation like this is to at least be a little upset. But part of me, I'm trying to figure out how to word this because I don't want to mess it up, and I feel like I almost can't trust her now, because before. I knew I could go to her and talk to her about absolutely anything, and she would listen. She wouldn't ever judge me because of anything, and that she could keep secrets. And I know none of that's changed, and I know it's stupid for me to feel this way, but for some reason I don't feel like I can go to her with those problems now. when we first expressed our interest in each other, and as things progressed, she said a lot of things that, or said and like promised a lot of things that made me, it just made me so happy, and it just made life so much more enjoyable to hear those things. And once we met, it almost like to me it almost became like none of that stuff was ever true, and it was just words. And but I believe that she meant them when she said them, is the thing. And I'm assuming she just doesn't know how she feels right now. She's very confused and everything. But it kind of hurt to like think of all those things she said, and just now for them to basically mean nothing, like it never happened. It's so frustrating. But I'm really, I know it's just completely all over the place, but I'm not good with talking. I'm much better with writing. So when I try talking like this, I mumble a lot, and I just kind of go from subject to subject, and I'm getting off topic. But I'm really scared of getting reattached to her, because I get really attached to people, and I get really close to people, and like really loyal and like dedicated to a person that I consider mine, I guess. And I was attached like that to Bree, and once we met, I kind of realized like I gotta stop. And I'm really, really scared of getting reattached to her, because we used to talk constantly, like from the second we woke up till the second we slept, we were talking in some fashion. And since we met, it hasn't really been that way anymore. Like I haven't texted her in a few hours, because I'm absolutely terrified of getting reattached to her, because that's what happened with Sydney. After we broke up, I tried like distancing myself, and I ended up getting reattached to her, and eventually I just had to like cut her out of my life because I couldn't like accept it. I know that's probably not a normal thing, but when, for me at least, like when your ex is still in your life, and I know Bree isn't technically my ex, but and you still have feelings for them, and like you still want to be with them, and they're still like a big part of your life, it's hard to let it go and accept that it may not happen. And I don't want to cut Bree out of my life. I really don't want to lose her, because she's such a big part of my life, and I feel so close to her despite the recent troubles. She's still one of my best friends, and I still have this stupid fantasy that one morning she's just gonna wake up and change her mind about all of this, and I know that'll never happen. And I don't want her to ever agree to a relationship like just to make me happy, or because she feels guilty. That would be the worst possible thing she could do. That would be worse than saying no, because it would just be doomed from the start, and that's definitely not what I want. But I've been thinking about all of this basically like, every moment that I'm awake. If I'm not making videos, or today, luckily, I managed to spend most of the day with Rusty, so that helped. But anytime I wasn't with Rusty, I immediately just started thinking about this, or anytime we weren't talking, I did. And I just had something else in my mind, and I forgot what it was. But it's just, I don't regret going to meet her, because I'm sure this would have happened eventually. Like, no matter what one we met, I'm sure it probably would have ended like this. But at the same time, I really get mad at myself for meeting her, because if we didn't meet yet, things would still be exactly the same as they were before, and I would still be, the happiest, luckiest guy in the world, and not feeling like this, like shit. And I know this isn't a reason, but because of what happened, I keep having these doubts about myself, like, was I just not good enough for her? Did she spend a day with me and realize, like, what, I don't like him very much. Did I do something wrong? I keep having all of these little thoughts and doubts about myself, and it makes me mad at myself, because it's like I feel like I fucked up. I messed up my chance with her, and it really, 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 really pisses me off, because this would be like the first time I fucked up. Because all the other relationships, it usually been to girls, but I really just, I needed to get this off my chest, and just tell somebody, because it's really been getting to me. And luckily I've been able to be in happy, cheery moods when I make my videos, but basically like anytime I'm by myself, or when I'm just like lying down trying to go to sleep, I've like never felt worse. It's just constantly on my brain, and it's always bothering me, which I hate. But luckily watching anime is helping. So that's pretty much been like the past 2 days of my free time. I've been watching my secret anime, which I'll talk about once I finish it. So, but if anybody actually listened to this, I appreciate it, but I just needed to vent. So I appreciate the fact that you guys cared. And there's the fact that I've said this stuff. I've actually had it out in the open now, even if it's not to her, because I really just can't imagine this would help things. If she knew how I felt, it would probably just make a step backwards and make it even worse between us, which is the last thing I want. So hopefully, my things will get better, and she'll never have to know like what I'm going through. Would be really nice. But because I have this horrible fear that if she finds out, she'll think, well, maybe it's best if I just stop talking to him, because then he'll stop going through that. That's the last thing I ever want. I don't ever want to stop talking to her. So hopefully it never comes to that. I just really hate being in the dark. I know that, but I'm trying to accept it, because I know she really doesn't know what she wants or how she feels right now, and that's why we don't have any direction at the moment. That's why I don't know if it's over forever, or if I just have to wait a while. If I have to wait 2 years, if she told me like wait 2 years and then fine, I would do that. I don't even have to think about it. That's something I would do, is wait for that long if that's what I had to do. So but I really hate not knowing. Like, am I wasting my time just like waiting around hoping something will change? Or is it worth it just sitting here and hoping? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe I think I should stop talking for now. I've said enough for today. Tomorrow you guys will meet Dusty. Hopefully tomorrow you guys will meet Dusty if I can get him out from under the bed. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.